Hey guys, what is up? Mist here with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Roku users. We're possibly going to see YouTube TV be removed. Now, if you're a Roku user, I would stay tuned. Now, if you guys are a Roku user, you probably already got a message or an email or somehow from Roku in regards to the YouTube TV application being removed from the Roku platform. Now, there's a lot of articles online. Basically, there's just one article here from TheVerge.com. I will link it down in the description. But basically, I'm gonna summarize, the entire article and see exactly, what's up, what's going on, what could this mean for you, and what can you do. So I made like a little, tiny PowerPoint presentation here, because instead of reading through the article, and boring you guys out, why not, just summarize everything and, read through as is. So basically, what's going on is that Roku subscribers got an email today about the YouTube TV application being removed from the platform. This is supposed to happen sometime this week. Now, of course, Roku can't really just pull the plug on it, saying, "Oh, let's remove YouTube TV," because YouTube TV is actually a really popular, cable TV replacement, and a lot of people rely on Rokus because they're just easy to use, and a lot of people just have Rokus. When people Google streaming stick, the first thing you get is Roku. So it's a really popular device for streaming, and for Google to pull the plug on providing this to the Roku users, it's kind of big. So apparently right now Roku is also accusing Google in an attempt to control the platform's experience that favor their own content. So basically meaning that they think that Google is trying to control the content that's being driven towards you to show only Google rated content, because once you're actually in YouTube TV, it's only going to push Google content, right? So that's basically what they mean. So from both sides, this is the actual full statement. Again, I'm going to leave the full article down below, but basically is that what Roku said is Google is attempting to use its YouTube monopoly positions to force Roku into accepting predatory, anti-competitive, and discriminatory terms that will directly harm Roku and our users. A Roku spokesperson said in a statement on Monday, "It should come as no surprise that Google is now demanding unfair and anti-competitive terms that harm Roku users." So basically, this is, again, from Roku's side, they think that, Google is using YouTube as a monopoly. And of course, we all know Google does own the monopoly and does contain most of the media, most of the internet, most of everything. Basically, Google's huge, much bigger than Roku. But then on this side, Google is basically saying that we have been working with Roku in good faith to reach an agreement that benefits our viewers and their customers. Unfortunately, Roku often engages in these types of tactics in their negotiations. We're disappointed that they choose to make baseless claims while we continue our ongoing negotiations. So Google's like saying, hey, we're neutral here. I'm the good guy. Don't make us the bad guy. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. So Google is pretty, blatant and flat about their comments, right? So what does it actually mean for the actual Roku users like me, you, yourself watching this video? Basically it means that, by the end of this week, if you guys are a YouTube TV user and you guys use Roku, and then they remove that, you have to basically switch to a different device just to get YouTube TV. So unless maybe that's Google's way of trying to retract your Roku users to not use YouTube TV, it is kind of unfair. But again, we're not really sure. It's too early to decide right now. I'm not picking sides. Where your Roku is, for example, saying that Google is trying to force everybody to their content. It is their own app, but apparently when you're in the... It's like, for example, You know, if I'm on the Fire TV stick right now, for example, right, and I launch and log into my Apple TV subscription, I'm gonna see my Apple TV content. This is kind of the same thing. Like, for example, if I am on my Google TV or Fire TV stick watching a Google service or like a, you know, Sling service, I'm gonna be brought that content to my screen because that's what I'm actually paying for. This, for example, happened a while back when, you know, when there was an issue where with Amazon and Google as well, where Google actually removed the YouTube app from the Amazon platform, and then a few years later they actually brought it back. So it's kind of like the same thing here. So likely this means in the overall that Google's probably going to pull it. They control the monopoly, right? But I think the only reason that Google, you know, wants to keep this on, possibly, it's because 45% of people out there using set-top boxes and streaming sticks are all Rokus. Now, I might not show a lot of Roku content, but usually when people buy a streaming stick, I don't want people to think of Rokus right away. It's a really popular box, especially all the TCL TVs that come with built-in Rokus. So a lot of people are like, you know, hey, let me get a TV, let me get a box all in one. So that's basically probably where it's kind of coming from. But still, Roku insists that it's not seeing any money from YouTube TV from their current partnership. So they think that Google is trying to favor the new Chromecast that just came out. So you know how last year we got the new Go TV with Chromecast? They think that they're trying to favor it. But again, this is basically, you know, a battle between the two. So between YouTube and aka Google and Roku. If you guys want to see the full article down below, I will leave that link to the link below. Go ahead and read it. This is kind of like a summary of me telling you guys what I think. And, you know, oh, wow, I made a mistake here. Would you look at that? Yeah, so basically it's my 2 cents, what I think, you know. If you guys like more of these kind of content where I go over the news and streaming, let me know. I can provide that as well. But otherwise, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. If you guys found this very helpful, leave me a thumbs up down below as well. That I really appreciate it. And I'll also leave my Twitter handle down below so you guys can follow me there as well. Or you can send me an email or leave a YouTube comment. And that's basically it, guys. I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.